Hello. Happy Monday. Who is out there? I think we're live. Let's see who can hop on. Hey, Megan. All right. I'm going to give it a couple minutes, maybe really a few seconds, and we're going to get going. Hi, Ambra. Okay. Angela, what's going on? Hi. Hope everyone's having an awesome summer. I've got my detox tea. Hey, Jennifer. Kathy, awesome. Susan. Okay, so we're dog sitting a little sweetie, but she barks a lot. So my husband's outside and she's barking at the door. So sorry if that might continue. Hi, Erin. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Yay, Mandy. Hi. So my name is Carly Martz, and I'm an area manager and independent consultant with Arbonne International. So I am just really passionate about clean eating and helping educate people to transform their health and just really make them feel empowered so that they could just be educated and make quick decisions and healthier alternatives that they might choose instead of other things that we might not even realize we're addicted to, right? So, okay, so let me just tell you my why. I got started with this whole healthy eating path in an interesting way. Unfortunately, my husband, Jim, got really sick with an autoimmune disease called ulcerative colitis back in 2012. At that point, we had a 1 and a 2-year-old, almost 2.5. So he was suddenly sick. And let me just tell you, if there is anyone in your life that has an autoimmune disease, connect them with your Arbonne consultant. Add them to this Why Arbonne, Why Now page, and so they could maybe watch some of these videos, because there is a lot that we could do to prevent and hopefully help switch things up and help relieve some symptoms, because there are a lot of people that are suffering from, even just skin things like psoriasis or eczema. There is a lot that we could do to help that. I believe wholeheartedly that food is part of that equation, like it was for my husband. So back in 2012, Jim was at that point 37 years old. Life was busy. He is a business owner, and it all kind of started with bloody stools, which led to a colonoscopy and the diagnosis of ulcerative colitis. I'm just going to give you the short little summary. He fought that disease over an 11-month period where he had no quality of life and just needed to be by a bathroom and have a change of clothes. It was really rough. Even Remicade infusions didn't work, which is kind of like one of the top big dogs to take as far as the tiers of drugs. But the doctors kept saying, you will be cured if you get your colon removed, because ulcerative colitis lives in the large intestine. Unless it in fact could be Crohn's, and Crohn's could be like anywhere from your mouth down. So he chose to be cured by having his colon removed in 3 separate surgeries. And they created this thing with the small intestine. It's crazy what they can do now with medicine and science and those surgeries. But he was supposed to be cured because the disease can't be there if you don't have the large intestine, right? That's where it is. But we kind of thought everything was great. It was like a nightmare that was behind us. He was 117 pounds when he decided to do that. I don't know if I said that, but in the end, we kind of thought, wow, did that even happen? Like, that was a bad dream. And then the next following spring, he got sick again and lost 20 pounds in 3 weeks. Throughout, we went to the Mayo Clinic. We had lots of different GI doctors. It's really him, but we kind of take that with our spouses, don't we? So I would always ask about food. If your gut is inflamed and bleeding, wouldn't you kind of in your gut feel like what we are putting in our bodies has maybe something to do with that? They would say, I don't know what causes this. It's an autoimmune disease, so it could be something different for everybody because the body is attacking itself. That's what they would say. And in the end, though, they would say, no, we don't know what it is. We don't know what it is. We don't know what causes it. But you ask about food, they would say, nope, it's not food. And it was just really interesting that we kept getting those answers. And hopefully now they're learning more because, like I said, this was 7 years ago. Anyway, we decided to go back and go to a holistic MD. We're here in Kansas City, and she taught us a lot. We had tried to do different things diet-wise, like go vegan, not really vegan, more vegetarian for like 3 days. Okay, that didn't work. What else could we try? Let's be gluten-free for a few days. Like we were pulling at strings, and nothing worked. So what Dr. Rowden said was, she was an MD, but she looked at everything holistically and kind of like a homeopathic approach. She said, you have to remove all that bad altogether to basically like starve the monster that was inside, like the gut, the inflammation. So she said to cut out gluten, dairy, yeast, refined sugar, and for anyone who is inflamed and flaring with an autoimmune disease, they need to cut out coffee and alcohol. So she said, immediately, you have to do this. At this point, that was when he lost 20 pounds in 3 weeks, and he had no colon. We were like, how could he be sick again? He's supposed to be cured. So I knew if I still brought cookies in the house for the little ones, for our kids, he would still grab it. If I lived with an alcoholic, I don't think I would have wine on the counter all the time or Tito's on the counter, right? Like, I think I wanted him to be successful, and so we all removed it. We removed those foods. So out went the nacho Doritos, the goldfish, the kids' quick chicken nuggets, and certain frozen pizza, and like all that easy stuff that you just think toddlers would eat. We instead went to real food. They started to eat broccoli and salads, and don't get me wrong, we still had treats, but we learned how to eat and eat more God foods. And you guys, he stopped bleeding with his gut, stopped bleeding with no medication in 21 days. 3 weeks, okay? There's something magical about that 21-day amount of time. It takes 21 days for your body to get rid of gluten and dairy in the system. It takes 21 days for us to start a habit or stop a habit, right? So it's a very, that 3 week process is huge. So I always encourage people, like, if you're going to cheat on anything, don't cheat on gluten and don't cheat on dairy, because it takes you kind of should, at least try for those 21 days to really see how your body feels. So, we just totally, like, I lost 20 pounds. I didn't know I had to lose. Jim was all of a sudden better. It was like we had to shout it from the rooftops. Our kids weren't bickering. At that point, they were, It was 25 years ago when we started eating this way. And now our daughter will be 10 next week, and our son is 8.5. No, not next week, like day after tomorrow. So this is all they've known, and it is so doable. But we noticed that the kids, like that crash, that spike and crash, and the crazy tantrums, and like it was the sugar, it was the the crackers and the bread that's like kind of empty and not really nourishing them, and they would spike and crash. Well, so anyway, we just saw a huge cause and effect when we all did this together. So let me get into just kind of our bodies and why we need to detox. Okay, so just like dusting our furniture in our homes, we need to help clean up and dust our bodies too. Okay, think about a car. When you get your car's oil changed, think about your own oil. Think about your own elimination organs. And maybe do something for yourself whenever you get that oil change for your car, to practice that self-care and try to heal maybe what might be going on. So we get warning signs in our bodies like bloating, fatigue, headache, or migraines, joint pain. A lot of people complain about these symptoms and use some drugs for it, whatever it might be, and just think, they just think, I'm just getting older. This is just what I'm going to feel like now. And I want people to realize, like, there could be so much more to the way that we feel than just kind of not really giving up, but just taking it and thinking we don't have control or power over it when we do. So people turn to temporary fixes when they don't feel good, right? Like rewarding ourselves with food, energy drinks and coffee and soda, wine. We also use over-the-counter drugs and prescriptions. Do you ever wonder why most doctors are looking at the symptoms and not the cause? Don't get me wrong, like I'm not a nurse. I don't claim to be. This is just my own personal experience with my family. But so much of our Western medicine, it is life-saving. It is amazing. But all of our doctors are going through and learning about pharmaceuticals rather than what they could have been learning about, decades ago. And that was, the whole body needs to work together rather than little pieces. Okay, this has a problem. Let's give this drug, and then side effects and, dominoes happen, right? So our food, okay, one of the reasons we aren't feeling too hot, our food has changed more in the last 30 years than it has in the last 5,000 years. So that could be like our crops. They look different. Wheat now can no longer grow wild. It needs herbicides and pesticides. And there's a lot of gluten in wheat now than there ever was before, and our bodies don't know what to do with that. Wheat elevates our blood sugar more than a candy bar. The high levels of glucose come into our system way too fast, and our body can't handle it. If you look at the size of the chickens people used to eat or buy at the grocery store 25 years ago, they have like doubled in size. They're way bigger. Cow's milk, something to think about there is just how the cows are treated in those dairy factories. Like, if there are a lot of documentaries to just learn more about things like that. But they are pumped full of antibiotics and hormones. The cows, the milk is pumped with sugar to make it taste better, and it also makes people get more addicted to it with the sugar added. But we also aren't baby calves. That, if you think about what milk is for, it is for the baby. And I stopped drinking from my mom a long time ago, as we all did. So goat's milk would be for a goat, or the cow should be feeding that cow, and we're the only things on this planet that drink the milk of another, which is just funny to think about. So once we personally learn more about dairy, we went from wanting it so badly, and we went through 4 bags of shredded cheese a week. We put cheese on everything, like so much that you can't get it off the fork. When you want to put the fork in the dishwasher, it's like covered. And so we went, when we were facing this and we were cutting it out, we were like, oh my gosh. Jim said, I don't think I can live without my cheese. once we got more educated, though, you guys, we went from wanting it and feeling deprived to you couldn't pay me to eat it. So education is really powerful, and that mindset is huge. So that was a big deal for us. It also, all of these antibiotics and hormones in our meat and the milk is changing people and their hormones internally. Okay, like teen pregnancy is down. Okay, but I'm guessing teens having sex might not really be that decreased, but they aren't getting pregnant as much. 4th grade girls are starting their periods. Newlyweds are having trouble getting pregnant, and that really isn't anything new. That's actually been going on for the last decade at least. Young boys are developing breasts. And then, everybody is on sugar overload, sugar. And it can be more addictive than cocaine. It affects our brains and it feeds cancer. So here is a little something about sugar. We only want to give our children 12 grams a day. Okay, no more. That includes fruit. Women should only have 24 grams and men should only have 36 grams. So let me tell you this. If we, if you're a female, give me a like if you're a female. Say you have a Gatorade today, like one of those big ones. You maxed out in your sugar intake for the entire day. So Arbonne has this little ditty that is amazing. And this is our complete hydration. Yes, you guys love it. And it's a powder you add to water, and it has electrolytes. This is like a clean form of Gatorade or Powerade, and it goes with our Phytosport line, which is amazing. There's a before workout and there's an after workout drink mix, and you just add it to water. But this is huge. So look at the sugar in Gatorade, and they have come out with a no sugar Gatorade, which is great. But there's also food dyes in Gatorade. So definitely look at that. Yeah, Mandy, I think you'd like it. And so that is a little bit on sugar. Okay, so let's talk about how our body works. Food is either fuel or it's poison. A toxin is anything that cannot be absorbed by our bodies or used as energy. So manufacturers are making foods with that sugar, salt, fat combo that touches all of our senses, that makes it really impossible to stop eating those food-like substances, okay? Which is basically that the inner part of the grocery store, the inner aisles. So we are, as humans, we are what we absorb. So we ingest toxins through our lungs, skin, and mouth. All right, so don't get me wrong. Some of these things we don't have any say in, but a lot of them we do. So if you could start there and switch certain things up, then you're going to really give your elimination organs a fighting chance, and they're going to thank you for it. So lungs, we're going to be inhaling like car exhaust. Yeah, we can't really have a say in that necessarily. Perfumes, okay, like I don't breathe when I walk through the perfume aisle. If I'm walking through the mall, I try to hold my breath as long as I can. I tell the kids to do it too, and we like run. Inhaling cleaners or lighting candles. You guys, there are a lot of different alternatives like essential oils, diffusing, things like that instead. Our skin, did you know what we put on our skin gets absorbed into our bloodstream in 26 seconds? 26 seconds. So all of that stuff that we put on, like sunscreen, lotions, body wash, what we put on our hands nonstop all the time, especially if you are in the medical field, all the hand sanitizer we're putting on all the time. Laundry detergent, fabric softener, our makeup, which I did the 5-minute face. Thank you, Jamie. You guys look back at that video. Jamie Roth did a 5-minute face video on this page too, and it's super helpful. But our makeup, the cosmetic industry is not at all watched over. Like they could really put in whatever they want. So look at that. Look at those ingredients and think what I am putting on me, my liver has to deal with. So, our mouth, okay, what we are ingesting, pesticides, antibiotics, the hormones in our food we already touched on. So some toxins, like I said, are unavoidable, but many are avoidable. What happens to these toxins once they get absorbed, okay? Actually, they wouldn't get absorbed, sorry. Once they come in, it is not absorbed into our body. Our bodies can't handle these toxins. So they're super smart. The human body created a safe place for those toxins to be stored, and that is our fat cells, okay? So when we feed ourselves improperly, our bodies respond by storing those toxins in safer places away from our internal organs, okay, our vital organs. So it's more like belly and booty and hips. And so our bodies are really smart to protect us that way. But when we start cleaning it up, that is the first thing to go. All right, so when we cleanse at a cellular level, which is what Arbonne's 30 Day is all about, we remove toxins. Lean muscle is created, excess fat melts away because the toxins are finally getting pulled out. Okay, so when you might yo-yo diet, you're not really getting rid of those toxins. And Arbonne's products are what really helps you to do that, which makes us different. Our bodies are like a bathtub. I love this analogy. Okay, so just imagine this, okay? The faucet would be everything coming in through our lungs, skin, and mouth. And it will leave through the drain, which would be our liver, kidneys, skin, lungs, and GI tract. When our drain or our elimination organs become clogged, we begin experiencing symptoms like, those warning signs I was talking about: headache, fatigue, brain fog, and those migraines or inflammation, arthritis. These are signs of cellular inflammation. So an alarm is going off in our body, and we need to wake up and notice that and think about why and what we could do about it. When our bathtubs start to overflow, okay, the water in the bathtub is filling up in that bathroom. But our bodies are getting full of toxins as that tub is filling up. And that's the beginning of the disease process. So I think back to when Jim, back in 2011, before he got sick, what was he feeling? What were those signs? And I wish, now he knows his body really well. He knows when something might be going on, and he is still fighting this disease. Don't get me wrong. Like he's not totally cured. He actually had a scope this morning, but he's doing well. So, it is just dire that we listen to those warning signs when our tubs are getting full. So what would you do if you walked into the bathroom and there's water spilling over the bathtub? Okay, the faucet is running, the water's overflowing, there's water all over the bathtub coming out into the hallway. What would you do? Okay, well, most of America is grabbing a mop and coming in to mop up the mess when it is still overflowing and coming and making a mess, right? So you guys, what Arbonne does is is that through the 30 Day and these products, we unclog the drain and we clean it up, clean up what's coming in the drain, and what's coming out the faucet, we clean that up, and then we help our elimination organs, which is the drain. So Arbonne is turning, if you think about that tub overflowing, walk into the bathroom, unclog that drain and shut the faucet off. Like stop those toxins from coming in and help your organs out. So that toxic overload just leads to lots of issues. I don't need to go over the stats. It's really scary. Like 33% of us are supposed to get cancer. A third of U.S. adults and children are overweight, obese, or morbidly obese. 1 in 2 people are pre-diabetic or type 2 diabetic. And kids are being diagnosed left and right with type 2 diabetes. And you guys, in the early 80s, there were no cases of children with type 2 diabetes. Okay, think about how food has changed since then. since the early 80s, all the sugary cereals. And if you watch that, there are lots of really good documentaries. If anyone wants, I could share some titles to just get more educated. Like, you can see the problem with Americans' health when it really went downhill, and with the food industry. So I just feel like this is on our watch, and there's more we can do, and we can educate people, because there's good news. Okay, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. There's good news. There's something we can do about it, and we can share it with our family and friends. So we're going to clean it up with Arbonne's 30 Day and start eating more alkaline-based foods. All right, so let me just talk about alkalinity and acidity. Okay, we have this spectrum, and it's a pH spectrum. We have acidic. Okay, keep my hands in. Acidic is on this side of the spectrum, and alkaline is over here. Okay, so right here in the middle is where it's neutral. And just over to the acidic side is where the human body is supposed to be. We're supposed to be neutral or just a little bit more alkaline. And if anybody knows the exact number, like, you could get pee sticks and pee on a stick and see where you're at. If you've had recent blood work, it is on there what your pH level is. I feel like it might be 7.8. Is that right? Is that what the human body should be at? It's been a minute since I looked at it, but most Americans, I would say, are in that acidic side of the spectrum. So that is when they're addicted, right? They're addicted. That's where disease grows. That is where inflammation is just so running rampant through the body. That is where cancer grows, and that is probably addiction, and the taste buds change when you're in that side of the spectrum. We want to be more alkaline, which has more of a it's really interesting. When you become more alkaline, your taste buds change, and we saw that with the kids when we changed. So I'm going to keep going through this. So we're going to eliminate addictive, allergenic, and especially inflammatory and acidic foods. We're going to give our bodies what they really, really need. Okay, so that would be nutrients, right? We're going to get off that blood sugar roller coaster, and we're going to start eating real food rather than those food-like substances. So not so much from the boxes or the bags, but food from the earth. And one of the best parts of this program is that we're not going to count calories. Just look at your plate. We'll teach you what your plate should look like, and it's super simple. You're going to feel like a new you, and the plan teaches you how to eat foods that work with your body. So you'll feel transformed in this reset. You'll drop unwanted pounds, increase your energy, boost immunity, improve sleep. Like, who do you know that can't sleep at all and they are needing sleep aids? Who do you know that is sick all the time? This is going to enhance digestion and elimination. You need to be going twice a day. 2 times a day is how often you need to have some BMs. So who do you know that's stopped up? You're going to decrease joint pain, increase mental clarity, and improve your skin. Your skin really glows. When my mother-in-law and my mom both went through the 30 Day, like, they had a pregnancy glow about them, and now they're both 70. It's like, I know you're not pregnant, but you're glowing. It's really cool. So Arbonne's products are amazing and free of all the things our body doesn't want or need, like dairy, gluten, soy, artificial ingredients. There are no GMOs. We are completely vegan and PETA approved. And if it's an Arbonne product, I know it's safe. I know that my kids can have it. I feel just fine giving it to them, because you don't really, there's a lot of different things out there. It's a one-stop shop for what we stock our shower, our kitchen. We have drinks, and we have shampoo and toothpaste and deodorant and cosmetics and diaper cream. Like, it's amazing. So Arbonne is different because we follow the European Union, which has banned over 1,400 ingredients. Guess how many the US has banned? Like 12? I've heard different numbers. I've heard 11, 12, 13, 14. You guys, who cares? That's like double digits versus 1,400 ingredients that the European Union bans. So Arbonne has always been under the EU ever since we were established. in 1980. And the cool thing, though, is that recently Arbonne has gone beyond the EU standards of 1,400 ingredients and has gone on to ban 2,000 ingredients. So the integrity in our ingredient policy is top-notch. What you get in the Fit Kit, okay? Let me talk about the 30-day set real quick. So you get plant-based protein powder, and I will tell you it tastes amazing. There's chocolate and vanilla, and it's a really big bag. Here's 2 bags. You get 2, and you can choose if you don't want a mix of the flavors. You can pick 2 of the same. There's 30 servings in each bag, so that gives you 2 shakes a day for the 30 days. So 60 protein shakes. And our shake is different because it actually has 20 grams of vegan protein, which your body knows how to absorb, and over 20 vitamins and minerals. So it makes it truly a meal replacement shake rather than just protein shake. So you'll also get recipes for your protein shakes. If you want to switch it up and have fun with it, you could also just be on the go and put it in a shaker cup and just run out the door. And we'll also, an option is the Fiber Boost, which is soluble fiber. This is enough for the 30-day plus because we're going to start out slow. Most people are not getting enough fiber, so we want to not go straight, full throttle. But fiber acts like a sponge for toxins. Fat loves fiber, so this is a great product. It's odorless, it's tasteless. You just add it to your protein shake, but you could also cook with it. 1 scoop is equal to half of your daily value of fiber. So it's a really big deal that you start doing that because our guts are in trouble. And serotonin, that feel-good agent, is affected. That's in our gut. Our immune system is in our gut. And it's really a problem in this country. So the other thing that we have is Digestion Plus, which is huge. More and more doctors are saying if you're human, you need a probiotic. Well, this is more than a probiotic. And really good probiotics are normally needed to be refrigerated. This doesn't. It is a stick and it's powder and you can shoot it. Or you can add it to your shake if you're going to drink your shake pretty quickly. But it has prebiotics, probiotics, and 11 digestive enzymes. So you don't need to buy prebiotics, buy probiotics, and buy digestive enzymes. They're all in one. So that is one of our most powerful products. It will help correct that pH I was talking about in the gut. Our Digestion Plus repairs and heals the gut with the awesome ingredients. It's a powerful, powerful piece of the puzzle. And did you know we lose half of our digestive enzymes by the age of 40? So you might want to make sure that you get that. Our Body Cleanse is another. It's a lemon ginger flavor. Okay, this is the box, and it's just this little packet you add to 32 ounces of water. It's a gentle elimination cleanse that we will we'll hold off on it and do on day 15. And it will help draw out the toxins. It's like an oil change, like I said, for your car. So maybe when you get that oil change for your car and you treat your car, treat yourself and do this body cleanse. If you're not doing the 30-day plan, I think everybody should do it at least quarterly. So the body cleanse, it's that routine maintenance that is super awesome. It has choline, magnesium, L-glutamine, aloe vera, ginger. It's just really, really awesome. And it tastes really good. It's like a ginger lemonade. Like, not very spicy. It's not very gingery, but I think it's delicious. Our detox tea can be enjoyed hot or cold. And you could add lemon. You can add a little fizzy to it, which I'll talk about. Milk thistle is the main ingredient in this, and it's an herbal tea. Okay, so it's not actual tea, so there's no caffeine in it. We have 2 a day. You could have maybe have it iced tea in the morning with it being summer, and then maybe in the AC at night have a warm mug. And I actually have my tea right here, so it's really, really good. I love it. And I especially love it because I know that it's benefiting my body, and I'm treating myself. If you have anybody that you know going through chemo or radiation, it's really milk thistle, and what's in this is really great for heavy metals, and then the chemo or radiation that someone might be going through for their body. So make sure that you get them a box of this. This is really, really good stuff. Our energy fizz sticks are the best. Give me some hearts. Who loves the fizzies? We have citrus and pomegranate, and they are voting right now to see which new flavor we'll get permanently between blackberry, green apple, and strawberry. They are amazing, and we keep it in our cabinet like that. I don't have an opened box, but we just rip the lids off so we have easy access. We love them so much. So there's pomegranate and citrus. This will help you kick the soda habit, okay? Nobody should be drinking diet, period. If you need the soda, grab a fizzy instead and just try to switch that habit. That's one of those easy alternatives I was talking about. We're also going to just hit the pause button for a little bit on coffee. So this is also going to be your coffee replacement, which has really helped me. I used to need coffee to wake up, and I didn't really like that I had to have it. So coffee's great if it's organic, and 2, if you have it on a full if you drink it after eating. Okay, so those are the 2 problems. We're not drinking organic coffee, and we're drinking it on an empty stomach, which is very acidic. It's a highly sprayed crop. That's why you want to buy organic. So when you go back to coffee on day 31, have that coffee, but try to find a good organic brew, and don't ever drink it on an empty stomach. Okay, so those are my personal tips. There's less than 1 gram of sugar and only 13 calories in the fizzies. So you just add it to your water. If it's a bottled water, make sure you drink some from off the top, and you add it, and it's amazing. And it mixes up really well. So it's like $1.50 each. And we're going to drink 1 to 2 a day. Some people have 3 or 4 a day, but it has B6 vitamins, B12 vitamins. The guarana gives you that clean energy. It's a plant that's not highly sprayed or acidic like the coffee bean. And it's great to add to your detox tea in the morning to make a tizzy. That's what we call a fizzy with tea. Or even after the 30-day, if you want to have a cocktail with the fizzy, it's really good. Just saying. But the fizzies are like bathing your body in alkalinity. And the rhodiola that's in it is actually one of the best mood boosters. So if you ever thought the fizzies make you happy, there's a scientific reason why. So Arbonne's 30-day, you guys, is like the easy button. Real quick, there was a change. So I want to talk about our greens real quick. A lot of people do a shot of the greens in the morning. You could mix it with some of the awesome other things we have, like the skin elixir, that boosts the collagen in your body, or our mind health, which has CoQ10 in it for our brains. But this is an extra serving of fruits and vegetables. I add it actually to every smoothie my kids and husband and I have, but it's all the colors of the rainbow. So it's your greens, yellows, reds, vegan omega-3s, and your blues. So it's crazy, the list of fruits and veggies on here. So it's just a powder that you add to your shake. And Arbonne just switched our 30-day to give you options that you choose 2 of these 3. So between the fiber, the body cleanse, and the greens, you can choose 2 of the 3. So I think it's great because you'll figure, you could talk to your consultant about it, but I like that they are giving us the options. So you will be a part of a closed 30-day Facebook group, full of information, support, tips and tricks, shopping lists. Okay, you're going to get a grocery store shopping list with dinner recipes, even that has, and those recipes don't have anything to do with the Arbonne products for dinner. So that is just like everything's handed to you on a silver platter. I wish so badly I could go back to my crying self in the grocery store back when we changed everything and been like, look at Arbonne's 30-day, because it has everything and was right in line with what we needed. Your independent consultant that invited you here to watch tonight will personally coach you the whole way through. You will not be alone. You just want to decide on your start date. Our next group starts next Monday. So we always have groups starting the first and third Monday of every month. So our next group is this coming Monday, the first Monday in August. How crazy. And when you get started, you're going to take a before picture. You're going to get measurements and record your weight. And you're not going to do that every day. You're just going to do that on day 1. And then you could do it on day like 31 after you graduate. Or you could maybe weigh yourself every Monday morning. But we don't want you to get on the scale more than that. But get pumped. You're going to shop for healthy options. We will help prepare you to be ready to go. You just have to say yes to your health. You just have to decide and have that mindset. Because, you guys, this is less than $10 a day for all these goodies, okay? Plus coaching and recipes and the easy button, that Facebook group. You are worth it, and the people you know and love are worth it too. So get ready to feel so much better, because we are meant to thrive, okay? Not just barely survive and hang on by our teeth and feel like crap all the time, okay? We are meant to feel better. So we want to just make sure that you just talk to your consultant. We have a preferred client program, so you get these awesome discounts. And real quick, I just want to touch base on a few other of my favorite products. You guys, if you haven't tried these lemon protein bars, you got to order them tonight. I mean, these are amazing. If you're a consultant, you need these. These are the best, these little protein bars. They're so good. And if you're about to do the 30-day, it doesn't come in the 30-day set. It's an iced lemon protein bar, and we also have a sea salt and chocolate protein bar. But it's a dark chocolate and sea salt. But I think they're both great. This lemon, Arbonne knocked it out of the park. I personally love lemon. That is an excellent little snack for you to have during the 30 days. So that would be something extra if you are interested in that. Like I mentioned before, our Phytosport, our complete hydration from the Phytosport line, and our whole food multivitamin. If you know anyone that can't take pills or kids, this is just a powder, and it's a tiny little scooper, and you add 1 scoop to your shake, to your protein shake. That's what we do. Then that's your vitamin. You're done. You don't have to take a pill. So that's awesome. And then our Fit Chews are another great option with the 30-day as an extra treat or snack. This is like a taffy. So there's caramel, lemon, and chocolate. So my personal favorite's the lemon, but I love lemon. I'm talking about protein bars. But my kids love the chocolate and caramel too. I just have them out in candy jars, honestly, because I know if the kids want a special treat, I'm good with that, because there are extra good benefits to it. And it has, it also has rhodiola, but it has brown rice syrup. That's the base. So, okay, please let us know whatever questions you have. You can talk to your consultant, and I just really appreciate your time tonight, you guys. I went over, I'm kind of talking slowly for some reason tonight, so it went on longer than I had expected, but I really appreciate it. And just know that we are here to help empower you and educate you. What we're offering here is really could be a life-changing deal. So trust me, take the leap, and don't wait until it's a medical emergency like it was for our family. Be clean and green in 2019, and we can help you get there. So you are worth it, and have a wonderful night. Thanks for watching.